How do you record a song so distinctive that two drum hits give it away? Today we're breaking down how Billie Jean was recorded, what's actually in that rhythm bed, the bass and guitar choices, subtle synth lines, the vocal tricks that give it a signature sound, and why this mix still feels modern. Micheal brought Billie Jean to the team as his composition, and he's officially credited with the vocal, rhythm, and synthesizer arrangement you hear on the record.
I was riding in my car and it started with the bass lick again. And I loved it, so I drove fast home and I got on the microphone and put things down. Then I went into the studio, got the musicians over and gave them all their parts.
The first person Micheal called to turn his idea into a song was Bill Wolfer, a trusted friend and musician who also helped jumpstart songs like Beat It and Wanna Be Startin' Something.
And it started with, he called me up and he said, can you come and help me with a song? And I said, of course. And I drove up to the house in Encino. And he had a studio in the
the 16-track studio there,
16-track, 2-inch machine. And we sat down at a Fender Rhodes, and he sang me the bass line.
Which goes...
And then he sang the notes that go over it. So I'm playing ba-ba, do ba-da-ba.
And on top of that, I hear the chord.
On the home demo, Micheal programmed the drums on his Linn LM1, while Greg Fillinganes laid down the bass on a Moog synthesizer. From there, the work moved to Westlake Studio in Hollywood, where engineer Bruce Swedien, Quincy Jones, and other elite musicians built the final recording. They decided to replace the drum machine with real drums played by Ndugu Chancellor. Bruce's priority was a drum sound with tight, powerful impact. He captured them with extreme separation, using a custom plywood drum riser he'd originally built for the recording of Rock With You. He lifted the whole kit to keep the low-frequency drum sounds, such as the kick and toms, from resonating with the surface of the floor and entering the pickup area of the microphones of the other instruments in the session.
We got to get a picture of that. That's the bass drum cover that I had made for Billie Jean. This goes over the end of the bass drum, and then the microphone goes in right here. The idea of this is to totally isolate the sound of the kick. Listen to the beginning of Billie Jean, and you'll hear what this thing is.